Hey guys, So from Body Love Academy here, and today we're going to do a quick video on layering. So layering is really where you're creating a foundation exercise and then you're just building additional layers on that so that you can cater a open level class to your absolute beginners up to your more advanced clients. So I'm just going to show you with a little demo on one of my favorite ab exercises here of how you might layer into this one. So starting down onto your back, we're going to start using the small ball, and you're just going to start with the ball pressed against your thigh. Your head's relaxed down onto the mat, and then we're just going to pop your left hand behind your head. So we're going to start nice and easy with layer one, which is just some breath work. So with breath, we're also activating a little bit through the upper body. So we're going to take an inhale in to prepare, and then we're going to exhale, find a little, just pushing the hand into the ball, feeling the belly hug down and away from the waistband of your tights. And then we inhale, let it release. Exhale, we're just finding that little push ball into the hand. And then finding that release. So that's layer one, really just getting your clients to connect to their breath while they're finding that push through the ball, allowing that nice connection through the upper body, through that core as well. So from this position, all you would start to do is as you start to exhale, find a lift of the chest up. You're going to push your hand into the ball, still trying to maintain that nice neutral position of the pelvis. And then we inhale, lower back down. So you're starting to add on that additional layer here. You've got the support of the hand behind the head so that it's not too hectic through the neck, but you've got that support. You can really still concentrate that execution of the movement on the abdominals there. All the while, you're trying as best you can not to flatten your lower back into the mat. You're just kind of imagining there's a tiny little blueberry underneath it, and you're trying not to squash it as you lift up. So this is layer two. Moving into layer three, all you're going to do is get the clients to pop their left knee up. Everything else can stay the same for a couple of reps here, finding that lift of the chest up, pushing into the ball and lowering down, and then you might start to add a leg extension. So you're adding that leg extension out, bringing the chest back in, the leg back in, and lower down. Finding that exhale, you're lifting, extending the legs, still pushing into the ball, lifting the chest, and then slowly lowering back down. Now the hand that's supporting the head is just giving it a little bit support. You're not pulling through it. You're just creating that extra little leverage through that arm so we're not straining that neck. Okay, next layer. Now the next layer does make it quite a bit harder. You're going to find the hug of the belly. You're going to draw the belly down and float both knees up into the tabletop position here, and then we keep going just as we were. We exhale, lift the chest, push into the ball and extend that leg long, and then we bring it back in and lower back down. Now, as you're starting to add on these layers, when we get to something like this layer that starts to make it considerably harder, we might give the regression option that if this does feel too hard, just bring it back to an earlier layer. It's the beauty of adding layers in bit by bit is that your clients already know where they need to go to regress it back down, and then they can follow along with you as you start to advance it further and further. To finish this off with that kind of finisher of our exercise here, we might stay lifted, just finding that extension and that bend into the leg. We might even hold that leg out long, finish with a little pulse into the ball, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it all the way back down and lowering back down. So really what we're trying to get with the layers there is one, clients of all levels then have an option to do with your class. But also you've made it really easy for yourself to get into quite a complicated exercise sequence there. You think if you were to just cue straight off the bat and try and get someone into that big exercise with this one, they're going to tax out really quickly. They're going to get really fatigued because it's a really strong exercise to continue with. Whereas if you layer them into it, it makes it really easy for you to cue layer by layer in. It's not such a big mouthful to try and get them all going. You're going to get clients who are going to be actually able to execute each exercise. So they're going to know what they're doing a lot more than if you were giving them a really complicated sequence straight at the start. And you're going to be able to get people that are then advancing the whole way through. They do want lots more, and they might hold up for that finisher as well, with the option to regress it back down having clients already know what the regression is. You don't have to re-explain it to them. They already know they can drop their foot back down. They've been in that layer already. It's really easy to get them back into it if they do need to bring it back down a notch. But that is some of our favorite reasons about why we layer.